Let's try to give it a couple minutes to see what happens here. We've just got a NASDAQ short. Nothing else that I see. Um, it looks like it's ahead to 7606. No way we could trade that out of the box. Coming right back in its face. We basically did a double test on the boxes over here. A little bit different, but back into the middle of the range. Russell going lower, S&P going lower. No setups yet. All right, the Nasdaq. If it gets down below this swing level, not sure we have enough in it though. That's therein lies the conundrum. It would probably only be a scalp if it got below 7608, 7606. I'm going to pass on that for the moment. Coming back down again now. This will be the third time down. It'll probably break it if it gets that low. 7607 to 7606. But the targets are probably only, well, 5 or 6 times 4, 20 to 24 ticks. So if you feel comfortable taking that, then okay. I don't. I would take 20 to 24, but you're probably going to need anywhere between 35 to 40 possible to get that much. Yeah, it's going to be taken in here in a minute. This little dash red lines swing, there it is. And it would have been as short as in. Let's see if it can get down to 7,600 before it gets a bounce in its face. Russell is taking it. And we've got a long signal in the Dow. Interesting. And does it have room? Does it have the... Yeah. Guess it does. I'm not sure I like the slope on the momentum indicator though. NASDAQ got close to 76. It got 76075, so it would have gotten target 1, and it did again. So that did work, and then some. Now the next target is 95, but we're going to probably get a bounce here. No? It's trying. There's no way I was going to take the short out of the box right there and over here probably could have. That would have been 3 minutes in. But I would have scalped it for 10 to 20 ticks. So, yeah, that's what it did. Now it's bouncing right back up. Not sure that the reward was worth the risk there, because the risk would have to have been all the way up to about, let's call it 16 from '06. That would have been 10 to get 4 or 5. All right, Dow's coming back up towards that buy point again. S&P bouncing a little. NASDAQ trying to bounce, but very anemic. It still has momentum oscillators pointing down. The arch squeeze is no longer pointing downwards. Okay, Russell's going lower, just got another sell signal. I missed it, so gonna have to pass on that one. Not gonna chase it after it's down all that much. Although each one of those is only a half a point. Dow's trying to hold up. S&P trying to come back higher. Like I said, the slope here is just really anemic. But it is pointing higher. It doesn't have a calculated stop. Yeah, it does. The risk on the Dow trade is 57 ticks. Yikes. I would probably say that you could go long and use the volatility stop, but that's 97 and that's 26. So it's still 30. With a very gentle slope upwards. And the momentum. And it's the only one going higher. Weird. We've had some really strange markets here lately. Okay, today is Wednesday the 5th. It's the second day back from the Labor Day holiday. We'll probably have the full complement of people manning the trade desks. So Junior is told to go back and sit in the corner again and shut up. Dow still working higher. NASDAQ, Russell are both trying to come back up to chop, and the S&P's trying to climb now. Well, we got target 1 in the Dow. Russell's trying to zigzag. Still has not turned up. Oops, gotta make sure I'm in a 6. For the Russell, over about 1728.5 would be a potential go right in here. Would probably want to get a zigzag pattern there. We do have The momentum oscillators are both good. 28 quarter. That blue line. All right, there's the zigzag. If we can pull back gently, not too deep. Oh, there goes the NASDAQ to the downside, another short signal. That didn't last long. And the Dow's just climbing higher on its own page. Risk management. And my presentation is always risk management is the key to survival, basically. That NASDAQ's looking weak. That Russell's pulling back probably almost to the point of being too far unless we can turn around right now.
Order pending.
All right, I'm going to put a buy stop in on the Russell above. And if it gets to 26, I'm going to cancel this because that's where the stop would be. It's looking pretty ugly at the moment. You'd have to do an immediate turnaround. I don't like where I'm seeing it.
Order canceled.
And we canceled that one. We've had a volatility flip on the S&P. NASDAQ's trying to rally a bit here. Dow still grinding higher. Oh, those summer colds. And it looks like the Dow's hitting that swing level over here to the left. We could see that right over here. And that's also the primary pivot, and it's starting to pause for a moment. Russell's still weak. NAS still weak. S&P's just in no man's land. Another reason it kind of gave me pause for the Dow is it was the only positive trading vehicle at the or instrument out there. So usually you'll have at least two in the same direction. I guess somebody can make the case that the S&P was kind of up, but I guess not a lot. Okay. Looking at the momentum oscillators, I'm looking at the NASDAQ over 07. That blue line there kind of matches up with the peach line, I guess, doesn't it? Russell's trying to do a zigzag, but having trouble. We do have a buy signal, VJ, in the S&P at 28.94 quarter. And I don't really see anything out there. Okay, you basically got 28.97 hanging out there. Look at the 5 minute. Okay. We do have the intermediate high right there. And that was on a 3 minute that we got to buy. And it's basically above 94. Okay, we get a buy signal in the NASDAQ, but it happened after we'd already gone through that level. Momentums are okay. That is kind of a continuation pattern, but it didn't have really a long enough uptrend for me. Dow's still grinding higher. We hit target 1. That was 46 ticks. NASDAQ still trying to get above that 08 basically. Getting close to the entry here, VJ, and the okay. So do you 7 ticks, is that normally what you try to do to scalp them? Is that right? See, my thing is to kind of swing trade. Okay. All right. It's just a different way of trading. But you're going to see it here in my calls when, and I'm really doing a little swing trade, say on a 3 minute chart. NASDAQ is trying to break out of this consolidation area right here. That Dow still goes. That's correct. Does look like it's having trouble up that 94.5 level on the S&P. 91.75, so right here. Okay. What time frame do you have on your chart, VJ? 1 minute chart or some sort of tick chart? Russell's coming up. NAS is establishing some sort of a base here. Okay. Kind of like me. Well, from my daughter who lives over there, there's a lot of talk that they want another referendum because they want to change their mind. Okay. Thanks, Pablo. Looks like the Russell's trying to get a little peppy here. Nasdaq's dropping out of the box. So is the Russell now. An aggressive trader could go short the Nasdaq right here. A little too slow here. See if we can get a bounce first. This is coming up. We're going to get a reaction here. The pros are going to try to buy it as if it's a double bottom. If it does a little bounce, say 2 or 3 points, like 7,600 or so, and then rolls over, the Nasdaq could be a short here. I would definitely make it break to new lows.
Order pending.
All right.
Order filled.
All right, I'm short the Nasdaq. And let's see if we can get target 1.
Target filled.
Okay, we got target 1.
Order
Right,
filled.
close it because it just looked like it dipped under the S1. Not sure if it's going to bounce big time or not, so I just took the money. Again, I took the safe way out. In fact, more than likely it goes quite a bit lower. There's target 2. Stop is up here at 91.5. Momentum oscillators are still pointing good. And probably should have held with it. There's target 3. Now that wasn't target 3 for us. That was target 3 for CPT. And again, a lot of times CPT gets to its target 3 and that's all she wrote. Which is why I try to take the targets. What do we have here? 92 3/4. 92 3/4, so a little bit above that. Okay. So you're basically you kind of see the long side easier than the short side. I mean, that's not unusual. It really isn't unusual. A lot of times, let's see, Rick Sadler, he kept saying that, well, was it set up for it? Let's go back and look. This NASDAQ is acting much like it did yesterday where I got out too early. Well, it did get up here and kind of roll over. It isn't a short in my book, or wasn't, but I traded a little differently. So if you're trying to play, the little bottom swings in here right now, it's basically in a trading range, the ES. Let me mark it up, sorry. So, yeah. Well, what is it? You take the stairs up and the elevator shaft down. Not even the elevator. But this would have been the target right around 28.90. And that's kind of all she wrote. You could have probably gotten 2 points at it pretty easily. looks like NASDAQ target 3 was about kind of all it was going to get. Way to go, Alan. What you're doing is you're practicing. So it's out 3 points and 5 1/4 points. Multiply those by 4, that's 12 and 24. Good. Not bad. 36 ticks total. All right. Well, we're making up a little bit for last week, huh? Last week was the worst week I've ever had. Ever, even before starting the room. Part of it, a large part of it was the markets. All right, we're coming up on 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock reversal. Will we reverse back to the upside? NASDAQ did pull back, but it still looks bullish. Or less bad. Right. Just need to keep plugging away, trust the system, trade the system, make sure that what I am is trading the system and doing it properly, reading it properly. The one thing that I'm not doing right now, I haven't done in the last, thank you, sir. I haven't done the last couple of days, is I haven't stayed with the trade. Yesterday morning we had a home run. And due to time constraints or whatever, I felt obligated to kind of take the trade and get out and take the money and run. People say, well, Steve, you can't go broke making money. Well, that's not exactly true. Because if you cut your winner short, you've got to be in there for those home runs. And if you're not in there for the home runs and you only took half of it, you left an awful lot of money on the table. So this is one of those where psychologically I was burned last week, so I was still in the mode of taking profit quickly, and that's probably probably not. I'm taking profit at this first sign of weakness, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Let's see. We're getting a little extended in the NASDAQ. The Russell, no new sell signals, and it did get stopped out of its last short. Yeah. But your game plan is to take, quick trades and get out. Mine's, you see what happened here in the NASDAQ? And the S&P is going lower, you see. We had this move right here, then we went sideways for a bit, now we're going again. This is exactly what we did yesterday. We did a thrust lower, stabilized for a bit, and then a new move lower. Let's see here. Let's do this line. Let's do it as a 3 green. I'm not going to enter any more right now, so. All right, you see where, oh boy. Look at the S&P. Look at the S&P. Whoa. Look at the NASDAQ. Well, the first part of correcting and improving is to admit that you have the issue and, kind of admit it. There's the measured move, and we did the measured move and bounce. A little bit more than that. We did this yesterday, and I didn't even get all of the first move. There was no reason. Well, there wasn't a reason I didn't get there. Now, should I have gotten in on the second go round? Probably not with where the momentums are. That didn't hit my big wheelhouse. So we have too many lines here. Nasdaq's pulling, Dow's pulling back to the primary pivot and then looks a little lower. Russell's still going lower, but did not get any sell signals. The momentum oscillator here has just been a little bit too weak. Wow, look at that Russell go. Sorry, the NASDAQ is going too. It's, I do apologize about the sniffling. I'll do something about it in a minute. Let's see if we can get a measured move going here. Oh my, it sure did. It got a new sell signal. It was buried under that candle I didn't see. So the third one went almost right to the measured move, right above S2. And we're getting a little bit of a bounce. Wow. Now this idea of a measured move, there is nothing magical about it. What it is humans, and humans have programmed their black boxes to expect that. We've got another, we got now a sell signal in the S&P there, VJ. What's below us? The problem I've got with that is that we're sitting right on S1 and all this stuff over to the left. You see the it's all squeezed. Let me unsqueeze it a bit. All the congestion over here to the left. Yeah. Even though it comes up with a new one, as I said, CPT does not really know about where price was, where support was, swing levels. It knows the last three or four swing levels. That's all it tracks. So that's where we have to be smarter than the box. Our own box, that is. Yeah. Too late to short now. Let's see if this Russell tries to do a double bottom here. Pros are going to probably try to step up. And I would think their stops around 1721. All right, I need to step over and get some anti-sniffle meds, and I'll be right back. I got another new cell signal in the Russell, but sure those momentum oscillators don't look all that conducive, but you know, they're not the be all end all. We are getting a continuation pattern on the S&P there, VJ. And it does look like the momentum oscillators are pointing downwards, but again, like you said, it's over here to the left. There's congestion. Almost much congestion there as there is from my nose. Well, let's see. Boy, howdy. Those targets were really tiny. 10, 16, and 22 on the Russell. Yeah, that usually when the targets get squeezed up, let me show you right here. When these targets get really squeezed, it's really small. Let me show you again. That they were right on top of one another. That usually means there's not going to be a big move. Well, duh, Captain Obvious. Not going to be a big move, but it's probably not going to be an effective move. That Dow is relentless. It's still hanging up there at the top. Ought to be. I'm going to see you on the 6 for the Dow. All right. This might be a little more indicative to what's going on inside the Dow. 6 Unirenko. Okay, we've got a buy signal on the NASDAQ. It probably has about, what is that right? 13 ticks to the upside. Whew. Yeah, the risk is 43. 2, 545. Yep. I think it moves up to 65. The momentum oscillators are saying so. I just did not like how much I had to take for the stop. Now it immediately moved in our direction, and the volatility stop moved up to 49. Dow's moving higher, S&P moving away from that short. And let's put that squeeze. There we go. S&P will probably go up to 89, to 2890, sorry. Maybe 89. Russell anemic. The NASDAQ's having trouble. Cannot get behind it. Well, the Facebook COO and CEO for Twitter are both testifying before the Senate Intelligence Committee right now. And the U.S.-Canada trade talks, NAFTA renegotiations have restarted. I have the CNBC app on my iPhone, and it gives me a few of those little tidbits. It did not tell me that oil was going up because of Gordon. I heard that on the local news. Not that the gas was going up. And the fear of oil shortages has dissipated. There were a couple of good trades here. 10 o'clock, say 9:50, 10 o'clock, 10:07. A couple of really nice trades there. So you got stopped out for 3 ticks each. Not too bad. Now, one of the problems, Alan, to make sure that I don't know what your strategy is in the plan, but be careful that you're not trying to play with the black boxes and you're just scalping, and that you put your stops too tight. Damn, I have no idea. You would have to describe. We'd have to get on the phone and you maybe Skype and you show me what your game plan is or whatever. I'd be happy to do that with anybody, actually, on the members. If you guys want to have a one-on-one. Yeah, and in fact, that is and was my number one problem. Is I don't want to take a loss. Well, even if it's a loss on the second one where I've already got money in the bank on the first one. You've seen that a couple days in a row. Okay, it looks like the S&P's rolling over, VJ. NASDAQ is giving up. In fact, it's already stopped out on that long. Now, the money management got tagged on the NASDAQ. Let's zoom in here. Once we hit this little orange dot right here, it moved it up, and it moved it up to 51 3/4. Okay, so you weren't too far off from them. Russell rolling over. We had a new short while I was talking to Alan right here. Just a grind lower here in the NASDAQ. Now the Dow's starting to participate to the downside. Eventually the infection gets to them all. Yeah, it's die time, it looks like. Look at the S&P's broken through. It breaks through here. We could Katie bar the door from a technical perspective. The Dow short appeared a little late, and on top of if we get a bounce here in the Dow and then a move down below 30, 35. NASDAQ is trying to do a little mini double bottom here. It's given me every indication on the oscillators that it wants to go back down to 37. Not tradable, but okay, there's the continuation pattern. And there it is. If we get the follow through now. I'm looking at 37, 38-ish. It's not tradable. It's only 4 points. But let's see if that actually comes to fruition and that we get 56. That'd be 13 points. I don't know. Dow's trying to draw a line in the sand right here around 9:35. Right in here. Nasdaq's coming right back into chop. Look at the signal line really flattened out. Signal line still pointing down here on the S&P. Down fairly much on both the Dow and the Russell too. Russell just probably tagged target 3 on that last short. There it is. Kaboom. Dow's trying to hold its level. Let's look at the 10. Yeah. And look at this consolidation here. This is winding up tighter than you know what. The spring is tight. Now it looks like it's trying to spring to the upside, maybe. Is that a fake out breakout? Yeah. If it gets below 42, we're back into the consolidation range. If it goes below 42, it'll probably try to go down to the lows of the day. We'll see. $10.15. Well, $10.19 actually. We're trying to set ourselves up a little mini consolidation. Could be a continuation pattern on the S&P. Could also be setting up a reversal. This right here, what we had happen a minute ago. When we went down like this and went like that, that was a bear flag. There's our zigzag. Okay, we're below 42 on the NASDAQ. Russell new lows. And we're trying to hold the sand at 39.5 on the NASDAQ. Hold that line, hold that line. Nope, didn't make it. Now we're looking at 36. Is it? Yeah, 37. And it bounced at 37. I'm not sure it holds. Nope. And we did get a short signal that I missed, and it's already hit target 2. No, I hit already target 1. Target 2 is right at S2. There's target 2. And target 3 is in just a few. Wow. 75.30 quarter. it is. Now you noticed that S2 did not hold. One could say that, well, we got reactions back over here a little bit as we approached S2, but we got one candle right here where we actually bounced and it just then dropped right through it. There were a few people that were hoping that it was going to stop at S2, but hope is not a plan. Not a good plan anyway. Dow's dropping. Russell's dropping. There goes your S&P there, VJ. And let's see, are we going to get a measured move? Let's go from there to there. Yes, we did. With a Fibonacci expansion. No less. Okay. That would have been a nice run for you. What, 85 to 80? That would have been 5 or 6 points. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. So right now we've had very little fear, huh? Well, it's up 7%. Well, yeah, we're up at 14.19. Oh yeah, that's more than just a little. 14 and a quarter. Down 117 on the Dow. 20 on the S&P. 120 on the NASDAQ. Dow down 100. Oh, make it 91. The drop in the S&P is not 100% across the board. I have the an SPLV, which is a low volatility portion of the S&P 500, and it's actually up a fraction. So most of those that are being sold are the higher beta names. Oh, Mr. NASDAQ. Mr. NASDAQ, give me a dream. And NASDAQ did a measured move here. There to there, there to there, after a continuation candle. Ta-da! Russell doing a bounce. VIX doing. Sorry, VIX. The Nasdaq doing a bounce. Dow trying to. Dow went down, did a continuation move, and continued lower. Those continuation moves, those consolidations, they're everywhere. Not all of them work. Not all of them work. But more of them work than don't. And the key is to let it complete and let the next candle tell you where it goes. Because what happens here is we had continuation candle, and then it didn't go on the next one, didn't go on the next one, but went. So now it's not a continuation move as much as it is, well, there's a congestion, that's a pop out of the box. Which is not much different than what we talked about our continuation move, because the reason of a continuation move being pretty good is that it happens pretty fast. It's only 3 candles. Whoops. Yeah, looks like a pretty good bounce in the Nasdaq and the Russell. Oh, sorry, in the Dow, and Russell as well. control my microphone. At least it's on instead of off. Yeah, just excuses for movements, right, David? Huh. All right, can you guys still hear me? I think I'm modulating. Test 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me out there? All right, thanks. When I lose control, I don't really know whether it's really actually. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. All right, just got another short signal into Russell. A little bit late while we were playing around with this. Momentums are set up. Probably going down to retest the low of the day. Or pretty close to that, I'd say. We just hit target 1. NASDAQ is also rolling over, but no new short signals. It's approaching a double bottom. Oh, go away. Oh, I gotta take this. Hold on. Yellow. That was Public Pharmacy. They've got some meds for me. Reason I bring it up to you is that right now I'm scheduled for cataract surgery on my right eye. Well, Johnny One Eye will become Johnny Two Eyes again, maybe. And it's on the 18th right now of September. We'll be closed that whole day, a Tuesday. But I'll warn everybody in advance. One of the meds is $150, not covered by Medicare or anything. Rinkin. Oh, that would be nice. Okay. Don't make fun of people who can speak multiple languages, right? Well, at least I can still see out of the son of a gun. A little bit. It's really blurry. Hey, Dow's doing a zigzag lower, or trying to. Russell is bouncing. The NASDAQ is trying to, but it's having trouble. All right, we're looking at 1036 right now. Now this is something that I do occasionally is I'll lean back in my chair and I'll look at the charts. So instead of leaning forward and seeing everything and concentrating, I look at the big picture. Where are we? Well, the S&P, a definite solid downtrend on that 3-minute chart. and NASDAQ, and go down and it would waffle, and just the whole idea of getting a bigger picture by backing off from the screen. Something very simple. Just got a buy signal on the Russell. Doesn't look half bad there. It still could be in chop though. We don't know. The stop is only 28 ticks, but I don't really see a good signal line yet.
Order filled.
I'll give it a shot here. It's lower probabilities here on this Russell. Yeah, coming right back in my face.
Order filled.
Because I'm not gonna sit through this. That was a stupid try. Now the next try up might not be so bad. The rationale behind doing the Russell is that the
Order pending.
that we're kind of oversold.
Order filled.
All right. Let's see if we could get a runner here. All right, my first target's right up there with the swing. I'm going to stay with the volatility stop this time. It's going to fight it a little bit here. Okay. Need to get going to the upside here pretty quick. Not looking so good for the home team. We did a dip below the prior candle. The R squeeze is going the wrong direction for me. The higher up CPT momentum is going higher. I need for this to close up, at least not close down. Alright, we're breaking a little bit higher. We've got to try to fight all this area up to the swing level. Yeah, it's really having trouble. just stop up. That signal line is really, really flat. This is not going to work.
Order filled.
All right. I just basically managed to get back the gains I had earlier in the day, minus a little. So I've got slightly green for the day. Funny, Bill, funny. Got spooked out of this one twice now, it looks like. The volatility stop never got hit in either trade, so I would have been long the first one still if I'd have had conviction. I guess I had my my brown colored glasses on. NASDAQ just gave a buy signal as well. $10.45. The Dow coming up on a mini breakout area. It's already long. S&P trying to climb out of that hole it dug. Well, there's target 1 in the Russell. Silly boy. Well, not perfect. What I did is I got spooked out, but I should have realized that we had right in there was a continuation pattern. Even though it kind of spooked me out when it got all the way down here to 17.15, but that wasn't below the average through range. Volatility stop. Well, probably only going to hit a target 1 on that one. We'll see if we get another continuation there. Got another continuation here.
Order pending. Order canceled.
I had 1 contract bought instead of 2. Now we'll probably go up to about 17.21. Let's pick it out. That blue line. I let myself get spooked out. I had a full winner. Winner, chicken dinner. All right. Dare to be stupid. Let's see if it pulls back from here. And that Dow's moving. We did get a buy signal, but it was too late. The buy was basically over 29.40. Russell's still going. It's got some a swing level over here around 17,228. Right there. And Russell's dealing with S1. It'll probably go through it. NASDAQ dealing with S2. NASDAQ did a nice continuation pattern here. Could have gotten long there. I was over messing around with a Russell. S&P up at a resistance level around, what's that, 85? 28.85. You are absolutely right, David. And when you're right, you're right. All right, the markets are pulling back now. And the Russell finally got stopped out. And here's where I go to the five steps of post-trade analysis. Come up on 1050. Well, you're probably right there, RJ, but not way too early. Let's see here. All right. Oh, the wrong one. All right. Momentums and everything were good. Right back in here where the signal line was pointing a little bit higher up. That would have been so bad. And then above the swing and continuation pattern probably would have been worth at least a shot. But this wasn't really bad here. What was bad was that I did not give it enough room. If I'm not going to give it that much room, I have no business trading it. So I'm going to be the hardest on myself. Okay, hold on, let's see. I think it was the red bar that went up like that. Let's go to data series. Right here. And 15.6 right here on the big dot. Then I entered a little late over here. 17.2, and it went back down, but it didn't penetrate anything. So it was long. I'm gonna mark it up real quick. Well, all right, that shows up better. All right, long, short, long, short. That's just normal breathing. This is stupid, Steve. Absolutely asinine. I want to take the trades off just because they'll clutter up the chart. I can leave the dashes on there. And it looks like we've got another long signal coming in the Russell. Don't know that I really like where the momentum oscillators are on that and the NASDAQ. Now watch them work. 32 risk and 29. Not so bad considering what we've had the last few weeks. S&P little mini breakout here. Can it go up to the 28.87 7.75. The Dow's kind of inching higher. There goes the Russell, continuing higher. Made target 1. NASDAQ looks like it's running out of steam here. There's some congestion a little bit to the left around 75.40. On the Russell, it's right in the middle of congestion, somewhere around this 23 level to about 24. All right, I'm going to exit the room and come back in so I can gain control of my microphone again. I'll be right back.